Patricia, O'Connor, and Frida, Riva, Darcy. Here we have ourselves another glorious weekend in Alameda. Don't fall, Pat. Another glorious weekend in Alameda, California. And I am sitting a little high, but really glad to be here. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah, that's better. I am happy to be here. Let's create today. Let's make some art today. I got my sidekick, partner in crime, Frida Riva Darcy, standing pretty close by. I don't know if she's gonna make it into frame or not. She's looking at me like, "Where's, you know you owe me for this deal." You may or may not be able to see. Okay, you'll be back. What are we looking at? We're going to pot up this little Japanese black pine. This little pine tree was one of 10 plugs. We ordered 2 rounds of 10 last year. And then after that, I told you she'd be back. And then after that, I ordered a Ziploc baggie full of Japanese black pine seeds, and we popped a ton. So what we're doing right now is this tree is probably 5 or 6 months farther along than the ones I started growing. This would be one of those 20 that I bought, and the way I can still tell is it's elevated and got exposed roots. That is because I bought them as plugs, and I can still see a little bit of the remnant of the plug on that. I worked that out to where that would make for great exposed roots, and I put a good amount of aluminum wire to this guy, and then proceeded to fold it like a circus animal. So when it gets down to showtime, we should have a pretty impressive little Japanese black pine here. And actually, it's too late. It's already. I would say it's already impressive. And all I did was just put a little bit of wire to it and fold it up. But everything. Oh, and we cut the buds. We did a little bud selection on this guy, and so it's ready. It's ready in all different kind of ways to go. Now, this pot. This is one of Elizabeth Crutenden's pot out of the UK, and I just put a screen in the bottom. It's got her stamp inside, and it has her stamp on the bottom in 2 places. Her work is very, very clean, very tight. Everything is just made so well on her pot, and her proportions are so good. I have some moon mix standing by. I have some more wire standing by if we need that. I don't need this screen. I have some wire cutters, box cutters, Japanese pliers, Japanese pruners, a couple of pair of tweezers, and my bolt cutters that I'm pretty sure I won't be needing for this. Do I have a wire sticking out of the bottom? I do not. This tree, man, this is going to be a fantastic addition. Whenever I put something in a bonsai pot, up until now, this has been our little pre-bonsai. And as pre-bonsais go, I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, I would say I'm pretty happy with it at this point. I mean, yeah, it's what I should have maybe cut this away, but that's a waste of time because it's about to just completely come out of there. I also should point that away from me before I lose an eye. All right, I'm about to dump this out on the table. There we go. There's our guy. You are getting a look at what I've been looking at now. We have massive amounts of twists and spirals and stuff, and those have become enormously fat and are looking really good. Also, we have some good exposed roots here to play with. I think that'll be good. Also, I did not mean to put my Japanese scissors in damp substrate. This is a fantastic looking little tree. You heard me say earlier about the Bonsai Vortex. What is the Bonsai Vortex? The Bonsai Vortex is, just picture a vortex spiral. And when you enter the spiral, you're going around and around and around. And as you come around, we take it and we mark it off, almost like a clock face. And at some point, when you enter the Bonsai Vortex, what is your focus then? The focus is then going to be on establishing the sheen underneath, making sure the roots are in good shape, and you want to make sure that you've done things to facilitate your mycorrhiza and stuff. And then as you move around from the Bonsai Vortex, then you enter a different part of the season. You enter into a different area on that, and it starts telling you to do other things. So you don't just stop what you're doing and start doing other things. You phase out of one and then kind of move in to the other. And in that way, we keep just making a little circle around this vortex. And working on branch structure, working on taper, working on, you start entering and exiting all of these different areas that are very, very important to the development of that tree. And as you go out of one, you go into another. So what we did here recently, before this tree entered the Bonsai Vortex, is we didn't do what I would call candle cutting, but we did cut back. But we did do basically the same thing and cut back some buds for the sole reason that we wanted to keep the tree short, and we wanted to keep the inner node short. What we weren't doing was necessarily worried about needle length, which was another reason why you cut candles. But there's a whole process that's a part of that we didn't take part of as well. Which is, when you do that, you should also pick up your fertilizer, so that as when you're trying to keep your needles small, in this way it will make a new flush of needles, and those needles will be smaller because you've taken up the fertilizer, you've cut the original set, so it had to go a second set, and those second sets will just not come back as big. So that was kind of what we had going. That was this tree's life before here. And that's going to be fantastic. So that was this tree's life before that. And now I'm going back with a lot of this same substrate. I had that whole dish standing by. I put a little fresh substrate in the bottom But this wasn't spent. It was just a good time to make a cool piece of art. And today was a good day to be doing that. So I'm going back with this same substrate. The advantage to that is it already had a fair amount of mycorrhiza hanging out at the bottom. I am also going to go back with feeding this guy because we are starting into that. I haven't started feeding my other pines yet, but it won't be long now until that'll be something we'll be doing quite a bit of. Where are what is she looking for? She's looking for my weenie skewer. I wanted a weenie skewer. I know I have one here. Maybe I don't. You know wrong, Pat. Okay, I was gonna take a weenie skewer and run it this way. What I have, these are all roots. It's standing on all those roots. And I think that's still a job. I do. I still think that's a job for a cocktail skewer, and I don't see one, and I was fairly sure that I had brought one. If I have to go off camera and get it, I will. All right, stop threatening. I'll be right back. Nope. All right. Through mucking about, here I come. Here I come, here I come. These guys are looking so good. Also, I should probably show you guys our coastal oak, the final rendition of that after our pruning the other night. I think it came out pretty cool. All right. What I want to do is, you can see this air here. Those are all our exposed roots. I don't want it acting like a bobblehead doll on those. So I'm gonna see if I can nicely, without making anybody too angry, get a little stake going there. There we go. That's all. That's all. Okay. Now, chop all this in a little. Hopefully you can see how huge this trunk and how fat and swollen this trunk is. We have so many buds busting out on this guy right now. Because I just repotted it. You noticed that I didn't do a root cut. I just laid those roots down on the bottom on a fresh bed of boon mix, and then filled in on top and around of them. But I think this is going to be a fabulous little show hen in one of Elizabeth Crutenden's pot. And these exposed roots here are just going to become better and better and better. At some point, those will probably fuse or something and just be, yeah. Anyway, we are a little watering away, I think, from being done with another Mame or bean bonsai. And I was just looking we've had some good. You know, I get sad over our losses. I do. I get sad over the ones that we've lost, and sometimes I take those losses personal. I'll look and go, you pushed too hard, or maybe you repotted when you shouldn't have. But actually, our losses are probably about the same as anybody else's, no more, no less. And what we do get is results. I have a few trees that I'm really proud of the work that Frida and I have done to those guys. And the more they grow and the more they live, the more beautiful they become. And though I can't take credit for most of that, I do get to get a little pat on the back for my little bend and my little motion here and my little pot choices. And just like I can't take credit for the beautiful work of Hanada Ceramics, but sure does look good with one of our little folded pine trees. Like and subscribe if you guys have not already. Our next show will be out of order. You won't see this until tonight late after I've already done Saturday Night Live Bonsai. But tonight on Saturday Night Live Bonsai, I'm going to drag all of this stuff that you see me playing with here back into the living room, and we'll set up a set. And we will start working with some more little pine trees. So that's what we have. That's what we have on schedule tonight. More show hens and probably more mames actually than show hens, but we'll have to see how it goes. And I appreciate you, and Frida appreciates you, and thank you so much for watching. Get on here, Pat. Let's get on here.